So let's call the meeting to order. And if you call roll, please.
Sure. Perry. Silver.
Here.
Kurland.
Here.
Charnas.
Here.
Klein. I know he's there. Where is he?
He's
He's
in
muted.
Barcelona.
Judge,
John,
you're muted.
unmute.
He's
Unmute.
muted.
Unmute. Wait, I'm asking.
Unmute. I'm here. We're
Okay.
gonna get the hang of this Zoom thing.
Just in time.
Another year and a half.
Vincent
Here.
Duber.
I am here. I would make a motion to confirm the appointment of Dr. Anthony Daher as medical director. Hopefully I said that right.
There.
Doctor.
A second.
It's Daher, but.
Daher, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm probably not the first person.
No, for sure not.
Mayor, do you have,
Besides having seen many of his colleagues just today who couldn't say more sterling things about this man, I'm going to allow Chief Wilson to do the introduction.
Thank you. Good evening. Actually, this is the first time we've sworn in a new medical director since 2005. So we want to thank Dr. Robert Coleman, who has been our medical director for the past 16 years. But we're very happy to have Dr. Daher take over. I've known him for quite a few years. In fact, he saw me once in the emergency room when I got hit in the eye. A little bit about his qualifications. He's a Case Western University Medical School graduate. He did his residency at the Rochester Medical Center. He's board certified in emergency medicine. He's got a subspecialty board certification in EMS. He's many EMS medical directors for many other cities. He could tell you the exact number, I don't remember. He's a tactical physician with the Metro SWAT team, and he's been a staff physician in the UH emergency room for, 15 years.
Well, since the Hoosier opened 11 years ago, a little over 11 years now.
I knew you've been there a long time. So we're looking for the confirmation, Dr. Daher as our medical director for Orange Village.
great.
Does this need an oath of office, Steve?
I don't think so. He's not actually exercising authority. He is the advisor under EMS, which is not necessarily a municipal function. So I'd say no, he does not need to be sworn in.
Good, just confirmation.
Yeah.
Great. Anybody have any other comments? No? Okay. Well, Anna, if you'd call roll, please.
Yeah. Silver.
Yes.
Kurland.
Yes.
Charnas.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Vincent
Yes.
Duber.
Yes.
Thank you,
Welcome
Dr.
aboard.
Dare. Thank you very much. You're welcome to stay on for the rest of the meeting, but we'll understand if you slip away.
Actually, I have to work a shift now, so I'm going to go, Mayor. But thank you very much.
Excuses,
Look
excuses.
Look forward to working with you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
your service to our community.
Thank you.
Moving on, motion to approve the special council meeting minutes of October 6, 2021. I'll make a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Thank you. Does anybody have any comments?
I made a minor change to it. I don't know if that, Anna, did you send that, the new version out? I'm sorry, I haven't been. Yeah, there was just one thing at the end. When we came back to session, it listed Brandon as an I. And yeah, obviously wasn't there, so.
And I missed Amanda. I did change it from
Oh,
what you
good.
said. I just didn't send it out yet. So with those changes.
With those changes, yeah.
Can you, I'm sorry, but can you, I don't think I heard what you said.
There was just a little notation at the end of the minutes that when we came back to after the special session, there were a list of ayes, and it should have said Kurland and not Duber. That's all. Just
It had me voting yes, but I wasn't present. All right, any other comments? All right, thank you. If you'd call roll, please.
Stover,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Charnes,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes, and I will make a motion to approve the council meeting minutes of October 13th, 2021. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Klein. Anybody have any comments on those? All right, if not, if you'd call roll, please.
Silver,
Yes.
Kurland,
Yes.
Charnes,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. And is there any audience comments relating to agenda items? Is there anybody who'd like to speak? There's a couple people. Okay, if not, let's move on to old business, ordinance 2021-16, and ordinance authorizing an amendment to the amended ordinance 2015-11 passed on May 6, 2015 to extend the term of that certain tax increment financing structure for an additional 30 years pursuant to Ohio Revised Code section 5709.51 and authorizing additional instruments, agreements, certificates, and other documents deemed necessary in connection therewith. This is on for second reading. Does anybody want to comment on this? Questions, concerns, Mayor? Do you have anything?
We have Matt Stu here for anything anyone could possibly ask about this ordinance, which,
Is there any reason to suspend?
no,
Okay.
just second reading now, third reading next week.
Okay.
Just preserve our option for 27 years from now.
All right. All right. If there's no comments, we'll move on. New business, there's none. Audience comments relating to matters which advance.
Question. I thought that it was to extend.
Anastasia, I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I don't mean to cut you off, but there's not really comment. I mean, if you have comments as an audience member about the meeting, you can, but we can't have like asking what was said and stuff like that. You're more than welcome to reach out to me or the mayor or anybody after, or, you know, I know this is all being recorded too. I don't mean to, sorry.
I have something regarding the advance of the good of the village, if that's what that pertains to.
Well, that's later on.
Okay.
Well, that's where we were actually getting to right now, Mayor.
Oh, not agenda items?
What's that? Yeah, there's no other agenda items. I was just announcing audience comments relating to matters which advance the good of the village.
Are we done with Matt Stu?
Matt, did you have anything that you?
Nothing on my end. I'll be back on the meeting for the third reading. If any questions surface between now and then.
Okay, now you can go back to the other council meeting.
It's over. Thank you.
Go out for dinner.
Thank you. I'm happy to hang on here. Good evening, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night, Matt. And then, so I think there was somebody who wanted to make a comment. If you can state your name and where you live, and feel free to give a comment.
Yes. Thank you for letting me talk. My name is Joshua. I live here in Orange Village on Landa Road. First time speaker, long time listener. So, but I want to start off.
Joshua, what's your last name?
Last name is Jarzab. It's spelled Jarzab.
All right, thank you.
All right. So I noticed at your last council meeting, you mentioned the word transparency several times and how important it is to keep the most open public format to discuss important issues. Council, I am very concerned about the lack of transparency between the village council and its residents and what has been discussed and implemented behind closed doors. My question to council and the mayor is, are you really willing to terminate 50% of your patrol officers and over a quarter of the fire department? I believe my neighbors, friends, and my family here in Orange have the right to know that answer.
Mr. Jerzab?
Because clearly, due to your closed door meetings and lack of transparency, you have implemented a policy that all employees of Orange Village have the first shots of the COVID vaccine by mid-November and the second shot by the end of December, right after the holidays, or face termination. Now, I'm sure the reasoning for this policy is to keep the residents of Orange Village safe and protected. If that is the case, then why hasn't this been discussed openly with transparency? Maybe it's because you're doing more harm to the community than good. By decimating our safety forces, you're firing the people who actually do protect us and keep us safe. I don't know many cities or villages that are getting an overabundance of applications for people to become firefighters, let alone police officers. I guess I can clearly see why now. Last year, during the worst of the pandemic, they were all known as heroes. Now, at least to you, they are expendable. Through my experience, I know for a fact that if this termination happens to our safety forces, the fire department alone will not be able to function and staff its department adequately, something that the taxpayers of Orange Village deserve. Again, I'll leave you with this question. Are you really willing to cripple our safety forces when you already have a COVID policy in place that is working just fine? Is it worth it?
I'd like to respond to that. First of all, Mr. Jerzab, who is a member of our fire department, so everybody knows, full disclosure here. He is an employee of Orange Village asking this question here. Council had absolutely nothing to do with this. Your accusations of council doing this behind closed doors is wrong and should be stricken from your mind. This was a decision by the mayor, supported when I talked to council people, but they had nothing to do with the deliberation, decision, or implementation. Your beef is with me. I am happy to defend the policy and discuss it. No, I don't want to decimate our fire department, but I am working with our leaders. And Mr. Jerzab, I'm happy to have you come in and speak to me one day when we're both in Village Hall, and I'll tell you more about what we're hoping will take place. But yes, I feel that our responsibility is to our residents to make sure that when they have safety forces coming to serve them, that they are not being put at more risk or more danger. Now, I've witnessed emergency runs. I know that mask is mostly on. It's not on 100%. It's mostly on, but the people can't hear you. And I know when police officers stop people on the road, those people on the road have no choice about being stopped. And they're not going to say to the police officer leaning into their window, "Are you vaccinated?" My responsibility, Mr. Jerzab, is to the residents first. Yes, I am very concerned about filling the roles of those officers who won't take their safety position seriously by protecting the public by getting vaccinated. So yes, that is the policy of Orange Village right now. If something were to change and we put the residents at risk in some regard, we'll have to go to Plan B, Plan C to make sure that does not happen. It will not happen. And the policy of Orange Village stands that we will protect our residents and our fellow employees by doing, you put on gear, you put on masks, the officers put on bulletproof armor, you can take a vaccine shot to keep our residents safe. I think I'm done.
Thank you for your comment, Mayor. All right, are there any other comments tonight? All right, moving on, comments by the mayor. Are you done with comments?
Oh, no, I had not planned that little round of comments. No, most of the employees are coming in to see me directly, which is very good of them.
I'm just coming to you as a resident who's concerned.
Well, I hope I addressed your concern. I had other members of the fire department come that are residents too. You're welcome to speak here, but if you want to go further, we'll talk offline. And I think the memorandum was very clear as to the reasons and whatnot. And I hope you as a resident feel that that's in your best interest. Okay, the first day to drop off gifts for the fire department's holiday delivery service is Monday, November 8th. It's a very popular event, so get your gifts in early. The forms can be found on our website. Computer flag and household hazardous waste collection is this Friday, November 5th. Get your household hazardous waste to the service department from 7 to 3. A reminder, daylight savings time begins this Sunday, November 7th at 2 a.m. We get an extra hour back into our lives. Check the batteries in your smoke detectors. The leaf pickup continues through the day before Thanksgiving. Orangewood Trails is moving right along, should be done by the deadline, which is I think 2 weeks, right, Bob? But they do have to do a section over that got piddled from the rain. I'd like to announce that we have a resident named Lisa Taylor. Lisa Taylor lives in Orange Hill, and she has been active for her 2 years that she has lived in Orange with the Orange Community Education and Recreation, and she filled out an application, and I've met with her, and I have appointed her as the Orange Village Education and Recreation representative to that commission. She'll let us know what's going on when there's something to know, and I'm very happy she stepped up to be part of what's happening. And finally, I would like to congratulate the 3 returning school board members and the 4 returning council people and the addition of Amanda. I look so forward to all the things we're going to do and accomplish in the next 2 years together. So next month, maybe in January, we'll do the goals, and next week, I'm sorry, is the budget. All department heads, I hope they know to be there. I'll have to remind them. They will all be there to answer any questions you have on their departmental budget. And Dana will get the material out to you before the end of this week, and you'll have time to look at it, to ask your questions next week. And then you'll have a month. Well, let's make it 2.5 weeks so that we have time to adjust anything that you bring up, which hasn't happened once in 26 years, but maybe this year will be different. And I think that's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. I don't really have any comments. Welcome back, everybody, from that wonderfully hard-fought election. Lisa, you just ran away with it, apparently, wherever you are. So, yeah, we have a great council. Amanda, again, happy to have you on here. It's great. And, looking forward to working with everyone. And I don't really think I have any other comments. So let's start with Mr. Silver. Mr. Silver, you're the one.
All right, thank you. First of all, I want to thank everyone that did come out to vote yesterday. I know there was really nothing of great consequence on the ballot. Pretty much everything was uncontested, but it is always nice to see a good turnout. So I want to thank everyone for that. Congrats as well to Lisa, Judd, and Alan for the re-election. Look forward to working with everyone over the next 4 years or so. On a personal note, I started jury duty today, so I've been feeling very civic-minded the last 2 days between voting and jury duty. So that is all that I had.
And council, don't forget in council.
Yeah, and this, of course.
Maybe I'll see you on a jury line. All right, Mrs. Kurland.
Hi, so I had the pleasure of handing out the new resident packets. I actually found it really fun because I got a good number of people to answer the door, and they were all happy to get it and had some fun conversations with them. There's a lot of new cute kids and cute dogs in the village. So just reporting that. There were 2 houses I couldn't get to because one doesn't exist at all. I guess it's going to be built, but it's just a lot. And the other one was so heavily under construction, there's no way there was anyone there. But besides that, that's all.
Thank you for doing that. I know we all appreciate it. So thanks for your participation. Mr. Charnas.
I think I'm off. Yep.
How's the
I wanna
weather?
Congratulate Brent. I don't want to make you guys jealous, but it was 85 and sunny today and the last 3 days too. So Congratulate Brent and Judd and Lisa, who's not here, on our reelection. I look forward to serving the residents again for 4 years and working with the mayor and the administration and all the department heads and continuing to make Orange Village the thriving community that it is. And I thank the residents for those who showed up to vote. And our phone lines and emails are always open. We'd love to hear from you. So that's
Moving on to Mr. Klein.
Thank you. First of all, again, I want to thank all of the Orange residents who made an effort to come out to vote. In as much as the various elections were not really contested, I think it's impressive that people came out and voted anyway. I think it says a lot about our community and their willingness to step up. I want to congratulate my colleagues on council and Amanda. I'm looking forward to the next years in working as collaboratively as we have been in advancing Orange Village and making it the great place that we know it to be. I also want to thank all of my colleagues on council, the admin, and so forth, for their notes and messages of condolences in the passing of my mother last week. It was very satisfying that people serve deference and went out of their way to let me know. I appreciate that very much during that time. Planning Commission met on October 19th. And a number of new homes were approved. See, there were 1, 2, 3 new houses that were approved at the Lakes of Orange. It's filling up fast, so get in there if you want to build a house, because the land is going like hotcakes over there, and there are some great homes that are being built, and looking forward to all those new neighbors that are going to be coming in to the community. There were a couple other items on the agenda that will require some follow-up and will be included on the next agenda on the 16th. The last item on my report tonight is the Ready Committee. I had, because of my mother's situation, I had to reschedule the Ready Committee meeting for November 9th, Tuesday, November 9th. And it will be at 7 p.m. on Zoom. It's been posted to the website, to the village website, and I hope that I'll see some of you on the call. And good night and good news.
All right, thank you, Mr. Klein. Ms. Vincent.
First, I wanted to send out condolences once again to Judd on the passing of his mom and thank him for the beautiful insight and tribute he offered into this wonderful woman. I also want to send my congratulations to Judd, Brent, Lisa, and Alan on their election to council, and to Becca, Scott, and Jeff on their re-election to school board. And I look forward to continuing all of our work together. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of the Orange Village officers who were patrolling our neighborhood during Halloween. I know I personally heard from, I think, at least 5 people mention how much they appreciated the officers making sure that all of the little children walking through the neighborhood after dark were safe. So thank you to them. And I also want to thank all who work the polls. The crowds may have been small, but it certainly was nice to catch up with people in person once again, even masked. Orange for the Holidays, I'll get out of the way so you can see it right there, has gone to print. I saw a preview copy and it looks amazing. I hope all of our residents will take advantage of it. I hope we'll get lots of great publicity about it. And I hope everyone will enjoy these wonderful deals and patronize our Orange Village businesses. Once again, a huge thank you to Anna for putting it all together. And also thank you to our business sponsors. Brent, let's do it again next year. It's an awesome thing. School report, I won't go in depth because half of you were at the mayor's meeting and most of the information has already been reported from the school board meeting from a couple of weeks ago. I just thought I'd add one additional interesting item that came up, that the 8th grade trip to Washington that we all remember and loved is back on again following a 2-year hiatus due to the pandemic. So that'll be fun and something to hear about. The next school board meeting is November 15th for any who wish to attend. With Veterans Day next week, the elementary school, I believe, is once again collecting coins for courage. For a number of years, MHS students have donated more than $1,000 annually for the Cleveland veterans to go to Washington, D.C. for the Honor Flight program or via the Honor Flight program. So if anyone has any spare change to donate, let me know. I'll be happy to get it added to the collection. I think they're doing the collection next week and then use it to send the veterans on the Honor Flight. The cost per veteran is $250. So all that loose change really adds up, and it's a wonderful way to say thank you and pay tribute to all of our veterans. I'd also like to recognize Orange Village resident and Orange High School grad Marvin Davies IV, who is a member of the Ohio State University Buckeye team. He was featured in a podcast about his experiences as a walk-on player. He talks about what it's like to balance school and football and talks about his future in finance and his experiences growing up Orange. The link is shared on the Orange Schools page as well as the Alumni Association page, and I'm hoping we can share it on our website as well if it's not already. It's wonderful to listen to him and hear the amazing things he's accomplishing. So congratulations to Marvin. And that's all I have.
Thank you. I'm just going to make one more comment. You know, there was during the audience comments, Mr. Jarzad made an insinuation of you know, council not being transparent. I've been council president for quite a while now, probably 7 years or so, and that's the first time that anybody's indicated anything that to me of not being transparent. I am proud of my record of transparency as council president. You know, I've done things such as, you know, making sure all these meetings are recorded. You know, we don't go into executive sessions for nonsense. Everything is very transparent in what we do. And I think that is a extremely baseless and a bit of an ignorant accusation. So I just wanted to put that out there. You know, and if anybody ever has any questions about transparency with me, I'm happy to discuss it. I'm happy to discuss it publicly as well, in an effort to be transparent. So I just wanted to make sure that that was stated, because that is something that you know, is something that I'm proud of and I take very seriously. And to baselessly throw it out there is, you know, somewhat offensive. And you know, I don't care. But you know, that is a completely inaccurate representation of how this council meets. So personal conflicts aren't something that you go ahead and start throwing out baseless accusations. So I just wanted to put that on the record. And so with that said, we are going to adjourn. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.